Thank you, Randall. The House will come to order. This morning, the pledge will be said by Cian Geithner, Calum Geithner, Zadie Frazier, Casey Young, who are homeschooled in El Paso County, and they are children and guests of Representative Geithner, wherever he may be. Thanks, kids.
Join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
Mr. Randall, please call the roll.
Representatives Arndt, Baisley, Baisley, Beckman, Benavides, Bird, Bockenfeld, Buckner, Puenteo, Caraveo, Carver, Catlin, Coleman, Cutter, Duran, Escar, Exum, Froelich, Galindo, Garnett, Geithner, Gonzalez Gutierrez, Gray, Hanson, Herod, Hooten, Humphrey, Jackson, Harquez Lewis, Harquez Lewis,
Excused.
Kennedy, Kip, Kraft-Tharp, Landgraf, Larson, Lewis, Liston, Montine, McCluskey, excused, McKean, McLaughlin, Melton, Michaelson Janae, Michaelson Janae, Mullica, Neville, Pelton, Ransom, Rich, Roberts, Sane, Sandridge, Singer,
Excused.
Sirota, Snyder, Soper, Sullivan, Tipper, Tatone, Valdez A, Valdez D, Van Winkle excused, Weissman, Representative Harquez Lewis is present, Williams, Wilson, Madam Speaker.
Yeah. With 61 present, 3 excused, and 1 vacant, we have a quorum. Representative Cutter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the reading of the Journal of Thursday, February 7th, 2019 be dispensed with and approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
You have heard the motion that the journal be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk. Minority Leader Neville still, I mean, he's going to take some time and make up his mind. He's debating here. All in favor, say aye.
You better vote yeah.
All opposed, say no. Wow. Neville, your caucus just went against you. The motion is passed. Announcements and introductions. Representative Coleman. Representative Harrod.
All right, thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, members. Today, we have 5th, 7th, and 8th graders from Launch at Stedman and Hill Elementary here in Denver. Launch at Stedman works to develop students' leadership and academic skills through low educator-student ratios, family and community participation in student development, and rigorous, cohesive, and individualized instruction. Kids Above Everything exists to inspire and empower all youth to be their best selves, where they create environments where relationships are the foundation of everything that they do. They develop these skills through media arts, photography, videography, digital arts, and radio.
Representative Harrod.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I want to let you know that we have some amazing young people in the audience today watching us, so be on your best behavior. I want to make sure that you guys acknowledge and welcome the kids from Stedman Elementary. Stedman.
Hey!
House District 8, and we also have Hill as well. Will the young people from Hill please stand up? House District 6. And we also have their fearless leader, one of my good friends, Mr. John McBride, here as well. Thank you for all you've done for the community.
And Dane Washington. Give it up.
Thank you.
Representative Geithner.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I just want to call a little shout out to some homeschool families, my family as well, from El Paso County, sitting over here on the right. You heard them say the pledge. If we could just, recognize them, and if you have a chance to come by and say hi, I would appreciate that. Also, the Veterans Caucus is meeting on Monday the 11th from 11:30 to 1300 or 1 o'clock in HCR 112. Don't forget, put it on your calendar if you're interested. If you're interested in lunch, the options are turkey, beef, or veggies, and we need that to be told to us today. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a good one.
Representative Arndt.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, we're going to have this put on your desk, but Restorative Justice, if you're interested in that, it is having a meeting next Monday on February 11th, also from 12 to 1 in SRC 352. It's a good time to come and learn about how restorative justice works, and we will have a bill this year concerning that. Thank you.
Representative Valdez.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, if you have not been out and enjoyed the snow, this is a good weekend to go out. Snowboarding, skiing, snowmobiling, get out and enjoy it, make a snowman, and hopefully we see some more snow come up in the high hills to increase the snowpack. Have a good weekend.
Any other announcements and introductions? Okay. Representative Exum. The next order of business is General Order, second reading of bills. Representative Exum. You have heard the motion. If there's no objection, Representative Exum will take the chair. real quick. I see a former legislator in the audience, in the galley, on the side. Former Representative Kathleen Conti from Arapahoe County is visiting us today. Welcome back, Representative.
On. The committee will come to order. With unanimous consent, the bills will be read by title unless there is a request for reading of the bill at length. Committee amendments will not be read unless requested as they are printed in your bill folders. Floor amendments will be shown on the screen and on your iPads and not read unless requested. Bills will be laid over upon the motion of the majority leader, and the Coke rule is relaxed. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's an honor to serve with you.
Honor to serve with you, sir.
I move to lay over House Bill 1108 until Monday, February 11th.
Seeing no objection, House Bill 1108 will be laid over to Monday as requested by the Majority Leader. Mr. Randall, please read the title to House Bill 1098.
House Bill 1098 by Representative Gray concerning deeds for the conveyance of real property in connection with establishing requirements for title insurance entities that prepare deeds and establishing forms for preparation deeds in certain circumstances.
Representative Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would move House Bill 1098 and the Business Affairs and Labor Committee report.
To the Business Affairs and Labor report.
In the Business Affairs and Labor Committee, we had one amendment and made a number of technical changes to the bill. I would ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the Business Affairs Committee report to House Bill 1098. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The ayes have it. The committee report is adopted. To the bill, Representative Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. House Bill 1098 is a modernization of our warranty deed statutes in this state. Right now, currently, the practice of real estate professionals in conveying property from one person or one business to another business has gotten out ahead of where our statutes are. And some of the current contracts that we're working with aren't really in line with business practices. The realtors of our state, working together with the title insurers of our state and conferring with a number of other stakeholders, have reached a solution that hasn't been opposed by anybody and was voted unanimously out of the Business Committee. It's going to help lower the cost of doing business for folks who convey real estate, so I would ask for an aye vote on House Bill 1098.
Thank you, Representative Gray. Any further discussion on House Bill 1098? Representative Snyder.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I rise in support of Bill 1098 as a 30-year practitioner in real estate law and estate law. I can tell you this, the clarity that this bill brings will be a great relief to all practitioners and all the people we serve here in Colorado. So I urge you to vote yes on House Bill 1098. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Snyder. Representative McKean.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I rise in no, I don't. I rise in support, having already voted on this in Business Committee. Folks, this makes the conveyance of real property more clear, cheaper, and actually streamlines the system a great deal. So I urge an aye vote on this bill.
Thank you, Representative McKean. Any further discussion on House Bill 1098? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1098. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. House Bill 1098 is adopted. Mr. Randall, please read the title to House Bill 1105.
House Bill 1105, Representatives Mullica and Sane, House Senators Marble and Winter, concerning the ability of advanced practice nurses with prescriptive authority to obtain Level 1 accreditation under the Workers' Compensation Act of Colorado.
Representative Mullica.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move House Bill 191105 and ask for an aye vote.
Representative Sane.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, this bill 1105 is currently very important. Our nurse practitioners provide care for workmen's compensation patients currently without level 1 certification. They can audit the course provided by Colorado Division of Workmen's Compensation and even take the test, but are not allowed to hold that certification. This bill does allow wage parity between our nurse practitioners and other skilled healthcare professionals. I ask for your favorable or your aye vote.
Representative McCullough.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, this is a good bill. This is a bill that nurse practitioners are already doing this job in the workman's comp area. It's going to allow them to obtain this accreditation, which they can already take the course for, and just allow them to be compensated the same way that every other practitioner that is doing this job is, and that's at 100%. And so I would ask for your aye vote.
Thank you both. Is there any further discussion on House Bill 1105? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1105. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. House Bill 1105 is adopted. Mr. Randler, please read the title to Senate Bill 21.
Senate Bill 21 by Senator Moreno, also Representative McKean, concerning eliminating the requirement that the State Board of Health approve the retention of counsel in certain circumstances.
Representative McKean.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 21, and there is no committee report.
To the bill.
Folks, this is a statutory revision bill, and we're again moving things where they belong. This year was a big year for CDPHE to make sure that everything belongs where it needs to go. So I urge an aye vote.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion on Senate Bill 21? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 21. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Senate Bill 21 is adopted. Majority Leader Garnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1130 until Monday, February 11th.
Thank you, sir. Seeing no objection, House Bill 1130 will be laid over till Monday, as requested by the Majority Leader. Mr. Randler, please read the title to Senate Bill 18.
Senate Bill 18 by Senator Scott and Marble, also Representatives McLaughlin and Sane, concerning the age requirement to drive a commercial vehicle in interstate commerce.
Representative Sane.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Senate Bill 18 and the Transportation and Local Government Committee report.
To the Transportation and Local Government Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The amendment added in the Transportation and Local Government Committee was a technical amendment. We ask for your yes vote.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the Transportation and Local Government Committee report to Senate Bill 18. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say no. The committee report is adopted.
Keep them in line.
To the bill. Representative McLaughlin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, this helps lower the driving age rate for people to get driver's license, CDL driver's license for trucks from 21 to 18 so that we can encourage more young people to get into this profession that is well paid and highly needed.
Thank you. Representative Sane.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And this bill came out of a lot of meetings this summer with stakeholders. If our Coloradans aged 18 can fight for our country, I think they should drive for our country, and it is sorely needed. We are short of drivers, and a lot of our goods and services come to us through the trucking industry, so I ask for your yes vote.
Thank you both. Representative Valdez D.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and for the trucking industry, we want to see that truck up here. I appreciate it. For the next generation of truck drivers, absolutely. I thank the bill sponsors for bringing this Senate Bill 18, and I will be a yes vote on the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. I like the truck and the cargo. Any further discussion on Senate Bill 18? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 18. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Senate Bill 18 is adopted. Majority Leader Garnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1083 until Monday, February 11th.
Thank you. House Bill, seeing no objection, House Bill 1083 will be laid over till Monday by request of the Majority Leader. Mr. Randall, please read the title to House Bill 1084.
House Bill 1084 by Representative Gray, all Senators Enzinger, concerning the requirement the notice of determination by an urban renewal authority on whether a particular land area is blighted be given to owners of private property within the area.
Chair of Transportation and Local Government, Representative Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and honored Vice Chair of Transportation and Local Government members. This is the moment you've all been waiting for all morning. This House Bill 1084, I would move House Bill 1084 and the Transportation and Local Government Committee report.
To the committee report.
In the committee, we made a couple amendments. One is we increased the number of days a local municipality has to comply with providing notice to property owners from 5 days to 7 days, and also made a technical correction to the bill. I'd ask for an aye vote on the committee report.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the committee report to House Bill 1084? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the committee report to House Bill 1084. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Thank you. The committee report is adopted. To the bill, Representative Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill, members, has to do with the urban renewal process in the state of Colorado. A federal court decided last year that the provisions we have in our statute right now didn't comply with everything we needed to do to provide due process for property owners within the state of Colorado, and that not providing notice of to individual property owners that their property had been designated as blighted violated the Constitution. And we like the Constitution and like to follow it, so this would expand the requirements for notice to private property owners that this consideration was underway. And to provide that additional notice and due process, I would ask for an aye vote.
We do like the Constitution. Thank you. Minority Leader, Representative Neville.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members, despite the strong opposition to the committee report, it's still a great bill. This is good for property owners, and I urge a yes vote.
Thank you, Mr. Minority Leader. Any further discussion on House Bill 1084? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 1084. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Thank you. House Bill 1084 is adopted. Minority Leader Garnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move that the committee rise and report.
Thank you, sir. Seeing no objection, the committee will rise and report. Rise up, people.
House will come back to order. Mr. Randall, please read the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Madam Speaker, your Committee of the Whole Big Sleeve reports the following touch bills being the second reading there, but makes the following recommendations thereon. House Bill 1084 is amended. House Bill 1098 is amended. House Bill 1105 passing over gross place account of third reading final passage. Senate Bill 18 is amended. Senate Bill 21 passing over gross in order to revise place account of third reading final passage. House Bill 1083, House Bill 1108, and House Bill 1130 laid over until February 11, 2019, retaining their place on the calendar.
Representative Exum. You have heard the motion, and there are no amendments. Woohoo! The question before the House is the adoption of the report of the committee, report of the Committee of the Whole. Mr. Randall, please open the machine, and members, please vote. Okay. Representatives Froelich and Sullivan. There we are. Mr. Randall, please close the machine. With 61 aye votes, 1 no vote, 2 excused, and 1 vacant, the report of the Committee of the Whole is adopted. Announcements and introductions. Oh my gosh, you guys are so quiet. Majority Leader Garnett.
I feel really bad just letting everyone go, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stay in recess until later today.
Seeing no objection, the House will be in recess till later today. Wow, 9:30. Love it.